I will call the special meeting of the International Falls Economic Development Authority to order on Monday, August 25th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Roll call, all the commissioners are here. And if you'd all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the reason we are here today is talk about the Mighty Ducks grant and the city's willingness, or more importantly, to participate in it. And I'd open it up to any counselors if you have anything to add.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead.
I received a call from Tyson Whitbeck, the mill manager at Packaging Corporation of America. He indicated that they have used their in-house staff to look at the facility. They believe that the wrong motor has been installed in the plant, that there may be a wiring issue, and there's some sort of gear problem associated with that. They have made the offer to provide the parts which are readily available, and they are willing to provide the labor in kind with the parts, or they're willing to oversee someone else install it, or at a bare minimum, give their own advice. They can have the plant operational, and they want nothing to do with the politics of it, but they're willing to help.
All right. Well, that's good. It was, Mike, you want to come up, can you come up here for a little bit and add where the city's at here? I know, you know, part of this and what you have and what the schedule is for working with our public works staff and where they are.
So, good evening, everyone. So that's exactly the conversation we had last, I think it was last Thursday. We met with Tyson and two of his electrical guys, engineers. I'm not sure what their specific duties were at PCA. And they took some pictures, went through the whole process of trying to pinpoint why that bucket, and when I say bucket, Mike probably knows, but the bucket electronic hole, basically like your switch fuse box in your house, but it's huge. And that all burnt up 2 times in a row, two years in a row. So they're trying to help us pinpoint what's going on with that. We have reached out numerous times to commercial refrigeration. We have talked to them for the last couple months. They are planning on coming next Monday or Tuesday. Steve has that lined up. When I say Steve Crosby, with commercial refrigeration, Rodrigo from there. They also had a gentleman that was going to come from, I'm trying to remember the name of the box. Cutler Hammer. Yep, Cutler Hammer. I think that gentleman might be not coming now because Rodrigo talked to the guys from PCA Friday. So I think he's going to call it the gentleman from that makes the buckets and makes that whole panel. I believe he's going to call him off. So, and just work with the two guys from PCA. So that's what I know to this point. We always shoot to have that ice scheduled to be ready and going by October 1st. We're still on that schedule. Sometimes the weather, because it's basically a uninsulated pole barn, will affect that. But we should have everything up and running by then. We already have the lines from R&R scheduled to come that week before. So the week before October 1st. So as long as everything works fine here properly, but I mean, if you guys are in agreement with this, I don't see why we wouldn't use PCA for their expertise just to get one more person on hand to give us a little advice. They seemed like they were very smart gentlemen and knew what they were talking about. Rusty was there as well. My only concern is I just don't want to step on Rusty's toes. I don't want to take nothing away from Rusty because he is our electrician. He is our union electrician. I don't want to take that work away from him either. So Rusty and I have had a couple conversations. I think he's fine with it now.
Okay.
So unless somebody knows differently, my last conversation with Rusty at 3:30 on Friday was he now understood where we were going with this. So, and that's what I know up to speed. Steve and I met this morning. He confirmed with Rodrigo from Commercial Refrigeration. He will be here for sure next week, Monday or Tuesday. We don't know which day yet, but he's going to reach out to him and let Steve know. So I think if everybody's in agreement, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have the guys from PCA be there when Rodrigo comes, and we can all look at this together, and Rusty included, and go from there.
I'm glad to hear you got Rusty involved and that you talked to him and he's okay with it, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Rusty had a few concerns in the beginning, but I think he seemed fine when I talked to him late Friday, so.
Okay.
And he didn't say anything today, and it
Perfect.
seemed like he understood, so.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that in addition to, or the electrical component? Are we talking in addition to this?
Two
grant
different
thing?
things.
Two different
Right
things.
now, just,
Will
yeah.
the electrical fix it for a while, or no?
Yeah, so the question is this just another Band-Aid, or will this plant continue to run now for years?
Well, hopefully it'll continue the run. I know we've had some compressors go down, 2 compressors in the last 2 years. Them compressors might have gone down due to this electrical issue. I'm not sure. I'm not really experienced in that end of it, but hopefully if they pinpoint, which the guys from PCA seem to think there's 2 or 3 possible scenarios, that there's a hot spot, which they claim to me, hot spot, Mike, maybe you can confirm this with me or not, but it's something that they said as simple as a connection not being tight enough can cause a hot spot and cause that panel to burn up. We are, as in Rusty and I have already talked to Minnesota Power. Minnesota Power is going to come this week. I didn't see Rusty much today because it was in and out a lot. But Minnesota Power is going to come this week, disconnect the power, and Rusty and Zach from Minnesota Power are going to go through and tighten it, check all connections, anything from the main power source, to see if they can find any issues there. The other thing could be is what the gentleman from PCA said about the windings in the motor. That could be. I don't know much about that. If that's an issue, then hopefully it sounds like they may have the parts over there, or they could get us the parts over there through PCA. So once again, I think with all these heads together, and as long as Rusty's fine with it, I think we should be able to fix this issue. Now, keep in mind, Rodrigo has told us for the last couple of years, this whole sheet of ice and everything is 30 years old.
Yeah.
So anything can happen at any time. You know, we lose a little of refrigerant every year. We got to add some more of that, the R22. That is something that just might have a slow leak somewhere underground somewhere. It's not uncommon to have that, but eventually, they say by 27, 28, R22 might not be available. They've been saying that for a couple of years, and it just keeps pushing back more and more. Matter of fact, I believe the PCA guys confirmed today that it is pretty available.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a thing to get people also to change over to the new system. So I'm not real educated in all of that, but I'm learning with these guys as well. I got some ice arena experience and whatever, running compressors and stuff. But so I think we're on the right path. But I also don't think there's any promises that something else couldn't happen down the line either. So,
All right, any more for Mike? All right, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, and also, I just want to let you guys know Jared as well has been meeting with, he kind of set up this deal with Tyson on Thursday. So Jared might know more than I do on some of the specifics. He's talked to Tyson since Thursday. I have not, other than in person with him. So I know Jared has reached out to him a couple times here. So he might be able to explain a little more.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Jared, you have more to add?
Thank you. So just a little backstory. After we met last week with City Council, us as an organization at Rec Hockey started brainstorming on possibly coming up with matching funds for the Mighty Ducks grant. So we reached out to community partners, one being PCA, for support to come up with matching funds. And when I met with PCA, myself and David Eddy from Rec Hockey met with PCA last week, their first question is, what does it take to get the plant operational right now so there's no interruptions in the hockey season? And I explained to them the little bit I knew with the control bucket and a motor that we've lost the last couple of years. And right away they were, let's go over there and see if we can troubleshoot it and see what our issues are. And then, you know, they said they've been bombarded with requests for donations this year, so they said they would look at things, but they would help in any way they could. So we scheduled with Mike time to go over there, which we did last week, and they've been in contact every day, sourcing new parts that we were told that weren't readily available. So the backstory in it all is, you know, all we want is ice. You know, that's our goal, and that's why we kind of came in a hurry, because we were under the impression that, you know, getting this operational could be a problem. That has since changed. We've talked to a few different other arena companies that specialize in this stuff, and they told us that, yes, R22 systems, or R22 refrigerant is being phased out, but it is readily available to this day, and it'll continue to be available, but at a higher cost. So us as Rec Hockey board members feel a lot better than we did a week ago, after some more, you know, discovery on the issue and dealing with different, you know, companies that are dealing with this on a regular basis. So, you know, kind of trying to ram all this together and come up with matching funds for the Mighty Ducks grant, we don't think that that's necessary at this point. What we would like to do going forward as a board is put a committee together with City Council to figure out the direction of Cary Park and how we're going to maintain that facility and make it better. Because as you know, with the study that was done a few years ago, there's a laundry list of items that need to be addressed there. And we just want to help, we want to be involved, and we want to keep the arena sustainable for years to come. So as of right now, we're not here to ask for any money at this point, because we feel that we can put this off for possibly, you know, 3 to 5 years. You know, if a compressor goes bad, you can replace just compressors. You know, R22 is available. We have an indirect system, so there's glycol on the floor. The leak is most likely in the mechanical room at Cary Park. You know, so we're not losing glycol, we're losing refrigerant. So if there's a leak, it's within the building. So they make sniffers and that kind of stuff that can detect leaks. So maybe we find the leak. You know, there's some other pressing issues at Cary Park. We have 2 of the infrared heaters above that don't work. We have some issues with the fans and the dehumidification. So we just want to kind of sit down with you guys and put a plan together on what the future looks like for Cary Park and how we can address it collectively as, you know, Rec Hockey in the city of International Falls.
I would tend to agree with you, and I was thinking over the weekend likewise today about that of everything, get a group together, because we do have to decide what we want to do as a city. And I think if we can come up with something, we want to keep Kerry Park operational, but yeah, as long as we can keep it going, and hopefully this will be a fix for a while. We know everything doesn't last forever.
There is some other grant opportunities out there right now that we're gonna apply for those grants for arena upgrades. And as more become available, I'm not sure if I talked about this last week, but the Minnesota Wild and XL Energy relinquished their naming rights to the hockey arena this year for the Minnesota Wild. And they're partnering with the Minnesota Wild for arena upgrade grants throughout the state of Minnesota. And that's supposed to be coming out towards the end of the year. So there's gonna be some other grant opportunities that maybe we take a look at and see what the matching funds are and see if it makes sense at that point. But just so you know, we're looking at all those avenues and trying to chase that money when it's available for us, so.
Well, thank you guys for coming and the effort you put into it, which is, it is good news that hopefully, because I talked to Mike earlier today too, about some other stuff in this and about the compressor and get some help, but if we agree, yeah, through Boyd's and working with Steve and Rusty, have them communicate with them, and when Rodrigo comes up, take a look, because he'll know some of the back history, they'll have new eyes on it, but then we'll have to decide, because right now, I don't think even if we had the money to back, I don't know if we're prepared to send in a grant when you look at all this stuff, right? Like, for some reason, they won't give you $500,000, $250,000, they want a plan, go figure, but gotta have a plan and stuff like that, so hopefully this will be the start, though. The mayor at our next, hopefully we can get together and get a committee together with rec hockey or reach out to do that.
Happy to add it to the agenda. I would echo Mr. Chairman that we have done a little bit of preliminary, I don't know if soul searching is the term, but
Yeah.
in committee, we've been talking about the importance of the facility to the community, to the children, and how can a collaborative effort make it work for hopefully a long time to come.
So, appreciate that. And if you have any questions or concerns, just get a hold of one of us on the board, and we're happy to do what we can to help, so.
All right, do we need a official motion to work together with them, or?
Yeah, I'd like to make that motion.
All right, I'll take a motion to work together with what we talked about here to try
Is
and
it
get.
the IFEDA though, or the council that you want?
Yeah,
If it's the
Might have
council,
to
it'll
wait.
have to go to a council meeting.
gotta go to a council meeting.
All right, so that's why you're here. All
Do
right,
you need a motion to go to the council meeting?
Yes.
all right, we'll
I
take,
make that motion.
okay, I have a motion to take working together with rec hockey and PCA with our electrician and utility supervisor to work on the issues at Kerry Park. And a second from Walt? Any more discussion?
Could we do the, I'm sorry.
I do.
Commissioner Wagner?
So, but you need to go ahead and, PCA needs to get going on it soon, right?
Well, they've already ordered the motor,
So you're good.
and,
You don't need anything from us to approve that, do you? Or
well,
does Mike?
I'm assuming that they're gonna make a donation to the city, so you guys would have to accept that donation at a council meeting. Is that,
Yes, and then what they request is that we provide them a documentation that says that they did not get any services. This is an in-kind, which is a
Yep.
very common document that we would supply them on behalf of their donation.
Okay.
All right, anything else? Ask the question.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
Thanks you guys all for coming. And that concludes our business, meeting adjourned. Until 5:30.
Didn't give you the gavel.
Hit it. There you go.